we're going to lower the chamber yet again as we get into the WWE Championship match that will be determined inside the Elimination Chamber, having Daniel Bryan, the champion, take on Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston, and AJ Styles.
So, how awesome was that gauntlet match?
From what I hear, it was great. I was not able to stay awake for the entire show. I saw Kofi and Daniel Bryan go on for 3 segments, I think, and on that third commercial break, I tapped out and fell asleep.
Dude, it was so great.
But I heard great things. I heard wonderful things.
The whole match put together was awesome, start to finish. Kofi had a great match with Daniel Bryan. It's so nice to be able to see Kofi Kingston in like a singles capacity and being taken seriously. Kofi had a great match with Daniel Bryan. He went on and had a great match with Jeff Hardy, and then had an even better match with Samoa Joe. It's like the scale and the way that they put it on was great. And then had a fun match with AJ Styles, although he was pretty much dead by that point because he was in the ring for over an hour.
So wait, he beat Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe?
Yes.
Wow.
And then Samoa Joe choked him out in the clutch on the outside of the ring after the match, and then AJ Styles chased Joe away, and then had a match with Kofi for a few minutes.
And then AJ beat him.
And then
Randy Orton came out and hit an RKO and pinned him.
Orton showed up from behind him and hit an RKO and pinned him.
So I'm 100% positive that the match that Kofi was able to put on last night on SmackDown did not change when Mustafa was taken out.
I agree. I think Mustafa Ali was going to go the distance here.
Yeah, I think that that's what they were going to do. They filled it in with somebody that's just as respectable, but I think it was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's coming out party, and he missed it.
Oh, that sucks.
I
was thinking the same thing. That sucks. This poor dude. Did they like ever describe what his injury was?
He had something from last week. Obviously the eye injury, but that wouldn't keep him from competing because Randy Orton stomped him for real.
Yeah, and he came back out.
Right. I think over the weekend at a live event, he got a concussion.
Oh.
Or it might have been when he took the table spot last week. I don't remember which.
That's the way that the video package made it seem like.
Right, but they don't acknowledge that live events are really things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I read, which you could take that for whatever the hell that means, that he got it at a live event over the weekend.
Okay.
Which sucks.
It does suck.
But, I mean, it's great to get Kofi in this capacity, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I hate costing a young guy something for a vet, but if you're going to give it to a vet that's never really gotten a damn opportunity, it's Kofi.
For sure.
So Jeff is just there.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. You know, Jeff Hardy's doing his thing, and he deserves 100% to be in a WWE Championship match, in a multi-man championship match.
Orton also just there, filling a hole.
You know, he's
cashing a paycheck,
showing up for 6-second matches. Randy Orton is the equivalent of a Vine star. Because he shows up, hits an RKO, and then leaves, and that's it.
And he leaves. Yeah. Imagine having to travel all that way, pack all your stuff, kiss your kids goodbye, be on the road to get to TV, read the description of the show, and see that you're RKOing somebody and ending the show after 11 o'clock.
I don't think he minds it, to be honest.
After 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, because it's SmackDown. After 10 o'clock.
I don't think he minds, to be honest.
Oh, no, because it's easy for Orton. He just goes, okay.
He's like, and they were actually like, oh, okay, so AJ Styles is going to beat Kofi pretty quick, and then Orton will come out, and Orton's like, well, what if AJ and Kofi have a long match, and I just come out and hit an RKO? Like, he big leaves them. He's like, let me tell you what the finish is going to be, kid.
What if he's like, oh God. What if he like fully buys into the to the Viper thing, and he's like, what if I slither in behind him and hit an RKO for the win? He like totally buys that he's a Viper. It's weird, and nobody likes to talk to him about it.
The agents are all like, yeah, Randy, that sounds great.
Randy, you know you're not actually a snake, right?
They're like, shut up, don't tell him.
And he
that.
just looks at them like, yeah. So I definitely don't doubt that Samoa Joe is going to be the workhorse here. His promo 2 weeks ago, when he came out, his music was playing, and he just started barking at everybody. Yeah. How great was that?
Awesome. I think, honest to God, I think Kofi and Samoa Joe are starting the Chamber.
Okay. That's cool. I want to see Joe stay in and get 2 to 3 eliminations. I don't want him eliminated first. I want it to be scary that he's still there.
Yeah. Because,
like, you've lasted this long, everybody's worn down, and Samoa Joe is still peering over your shoulder. Like, let's invest a little bit in Samoa Joe. It's high time that we do something with Samoa Joe other than have him lose.
Yeah, give Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and Kofi Kingston to eliminate.
I'm not sure what to expect out of AJ. Are he and Bryan still in a feud?
Maybe.
Like, is AJ facing Bryan at WrestleMania? Is there enough gas left in that tank?
But we have even stated, like, there's not really a bunch of challengers, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to visualize the landscape of WrestleMania when all 6 guys in the match when all 6 guys in the WWE Championship match, you know, like, most of them aren't gonna win. Like, you know, well, exactly. Randy Orton's not gonna win the title. You know Kofi Kingston's not going to win the title. You know Samoa Joe's not going to win. And you know Jeff Hardy's not going to win. So really, it comes down to Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles.
And Daniel just got that pretty sweet belt. So
he did.
Remember when the Elimination Chamber match was used to determine the number 1 contender for the brand who didn't have the Royal Rumble winner?
Yes.
Why is that not a thing? Because this match would be so much more meaningful if Daniel Bryan was subbed out for somebody like Andrade.
Absolutely. And if they put the number
there
1
would be
contender
so much
spot,
there would be so much more, there would be such a bigger and deeper, like, what's going to happen to this match if it were like that.
Yeah, I'm not against actually having the championship match in here, but it would make a lot more sense if it was a number 1 contender spot.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying I don't like a championship match in the Chamber. I love it. I just make it make sense. Like, this is just, we need 3 heels and we need 3 faces, and we're going to have a match for the title. Like, there's no story here. Daniel Bryan cuts a promo on SmackDown 2 weeks in a row, not directed at anybody, just talking about himself. Which I get because they're putting the character over, but we are 9 weeks away from WrestleMania, and he doesn't have a legitimate opponent that he has a story built with. That's piss poor. Piss poor.
Here's a scenario. Why couldn't we do the Elimination Chamber match for the number 1 contender spot and we get Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio?
Yeah. Just to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Ronda in a nowhere match. Why not let Mysterio have a shot? He's a bigger name than Ruby Riott. It doesn't make any sense. But, like, I'm glad you mentioned Rey, and I mentioned Andrade, and we mentioned Asuka earlier, and we mentioned Becky earlier, and we mentioned Charlotte earlier. None of them have matches on this card.
Neither does Seth.
Neither does Seth. Neither does Dean. We mentioned McIntyre earlier. He doesn't have a match.
Nope.
What is happening? So am I to believe that these matches here happen, right? And then at Fastlane, we get matches with all the people that aren't on this card? And then these people will be left off?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Why? That gif of, that Southern preacher. Why?
So who you got winning?
Daniel Bryan, because what else are we doing?
Yeah, me too.
They creative needs to get him a feud quick, fast, and in a hurry, because we're getting too close to WrestleMania to have this kind of stuff happen.
Exactly. And he can't yell about the environment every single night.
Like, so is somebody supposed to come out and be like, I like polluting, and everyone cheer?
Yes.
Like, and Eric Rowan. What?
I'm not
Right?
against the direction that he's been given.
What happened to the Bludgeon Brothers?
Well, see, they both got hurt, and they lost the titles, and that was that.
But, like, they spent an awful lot of time and, like, a decent amount of money making them a thing. They built them up. They were tearing people apart. They absolutely destroyed New Day and that other tag team that they were facing that one night. Who was that?
The Usos?
Was it the Usos? Destroyed them. Remember they choke slammed him onto the Xavier onto the stairs.
Oh, I remember. And I remember everything. I just like that he seems like he has a personality now.
No, I just don't understand why you would have done, like, why? Why? Why?
He goes from the Bludgeon Brother to the Gardener. He likes to get dirt under his fingernails.
The O in his name on his Tron is a recycle symbol.
I know they stole my goddamn recycling symbol.
And he's cutting a promo and he's talking about reading.
You're like, just beat somebody up.
Yeah, like Vince's idea of what a bad guy is so funny to me. If only the two of them were from another country.
Oh no.
That would be everything Vince thinks is a heel.
Oh no.
If they were Mexican, okay? If they were both of Latin American origin, Vince would make them the biggest heels the company's ever seen. They recycle. They don't eat meat. They're Spanish. They don't even speak the goddamn language. That would be the entire thing. But then one of them would have to be the United States champion. Never mind.
And where are they?
The United States,
Rusev and Nakamura. Nowhere to be found.
The United States Championship is reserved exclusively for people that are not American. So
I mean, there's R-Truth.
Well, I mean, he's an alien, but I don't mean from a different country.
R-Truth doesn't even know that he's the United States champion.
Right. He's not even mad about not being on the card because he had no idea. Oh, we got a show?
What do you mean? He thinks he's the tag team champion? Or he thinks he's the women's tag team champion?
He's going to be in the pod with Carmella.
He attacks Naomi and takes her spot. Or
no, he doesn't even attack her. He's just in the pod. Like, Like Naomi and Carmella come out and they get in the pod and they cut to the Cricket Wireless commercial or something like that. And we come back and it's just R-Truth in the pod instead of Naomi. We don't know what happened to her.
Nobody even acknowledges it.
No, he's just in there. He hits the Truth or Consequences and they're like, wait a minute, that's not Naomi.
He pins Nia Jax to eliminate her. And he's like, sweet revenge.
Right.